10th place on the list, we've got Spyro. I'm joking. It does look a little bit like Spyro though, doesn't it? This card's really well animated. I feel like it would have taken a long time to make this art. But at the same time, I don't know if this art style actually suits Aerodactyl. It's a bit too detailed and 3D and modern. This is a prehistoric Pokemon, remember. Really don't have much connection to this card or anything else to say, so on to number 9. Number 9's pick is the Fossil Aerodactyl. Now this is one of the most vintage looking cards ever. It literally looks like an illustration out of a kid's storybook from the 90s. It just looks so old, and that's perfect because this Pokemon is supposed to be so old. In the non-holo version, you can actually see a bit of a detailed background too, which is nice. I love when they put a bit of effort in back in the day because they didn't realise how big Pokemon was going to become and they didn't really need to put in that much effort. For number 8, we're moving on to the EX era. This card came from EX Legend Maker, incredible set, please check it out if you've never looked at it before. Nice illustration by Kusajima, holo looks pretty. I don't really know what to say about this card other than it just looks nice, it's aesthetically pleasing, and let's go on to number 7. In 7th place, we have the Aerodactyl from the Platinum set, Arceus. I used to think this Aerodactyl was running along the floor of the jungle or something, but I've just realised it's got one foot on a branch, so it's about to take flight. This is one Pokemon you don't want to see if you're walking through the forest. I feel like this guy would be fucking terrifying to meet in person. I think this is a nice high quality illustration. It's by Fukuda, who did all of the gold stars from Gen 3. And speaking of Gen 3, Arita smashed it with this one. Look at this, a fire type Aerodactyl. How are you going to get a fire type out of a fossil? Not only that, if you actually look at this illustration and you think about recent Aerodactyls, you know the one I'm talking about. It's actually a similar pose, but this one came years and years before. The recent one could have actually been inspired by this. This is one of those Aerodactyl artworks that's actually menacing, a little bit scary. You can see that red glow around his face, it's evil. In 5th place we have an Aerodactyl that I would actually say is a bit more happy, a bit more light-hearted. I love the light blue background. He's still hunting for prey, but it's just nice colours this time. This one was illustrated by Kimura, and honestly, you could have told me this card came out in the Neo era, maybe Neo Revelation, Neo Destiny, and I'd believe you. This card's actually from a black and white set that I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it might be Dark Explorers. But I did a poll with this artwork once on Instagram and everyone seemed to think it was from Great Encounters from Diamond and Pearl. 4th place, we have an artwork that I didn't really grow up with. I've only just seen this recently, but I am just like so amazed. It's obviously by Kawaii, I think that's how you pronounce their name. I just never thought I'd see an Aerodactyl flying over a city. It's a very unique idea, very different point of view, perspective with this card. The body reminds me of Mewtwo for some reason, really similar colour to Mewtwo. I didn't think I had a choice, this had to be in the top 5, very detailed, professional artwork. On to the top 3 now. Man, I have owned this card for about 20 years. I remember this is one of the first cards I bought on eBay when I was a kid. Because of that, this is really high up on my list. It might not be as high up on yours, but look at the background. It's so evil, it's red and black. It looks like Gygus if you've ever played Earthbound. It's just crazy artwork. You have no idea how bad I wanted to put this in first place. Shinji Kanda is an illustrator who's not been around long, but every single card they've done is outstanding. Like, I can't point out a flaw in any of their cards, this one included. This is very nice artwork, but number 1 has to obviously be, I just refuse to buy modern singles, but this is the first modern single I will buy. This card is the best card from Sword and Shield. I think this is better than Umbreon. I think this is better than Ray vmax alternate art. This is not based on price, this is based on how they look. I think this is the most beautiful card in modern history. I made this video just because I wanted to talk about this card. Can't wait to eventually buy this card. I'm just a massive fanboy. Look at the amount of detail that's gone into this. There's loads of different fossil Pokemon in the background, on the floor, even in the sky with Aerodactyl. The colours, the texture on the Japanese version, oh my god, it is perfection. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know what Pokemon you want me to do next time, and if you didn't agree with my list, which would you put in first place?